Stop looking at what you ain't got. Start being thankful for what you do got. Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right. Never mind what haters say, ignore them till they fade away. Amazing they are great, but after all the game I gave away. Safe to say I paved the way for you cats to get paid today. Still be wasting days away now had I never saved the day. Consider them my protege. How much I think they should pay? Instead of being gracious, they violate in a major way. I never been a hater, still I love them in a crazy way. Some say they sold the yay and know they couldn't get work on Labor Day. It ain't that black and white, it has an area that's shaded gray. I'm west side anyway, even if I left today and stayed away. Some move away to make a way, not move away cause they afraid. I brought back to the hood, and all you ever did was take away. I pray for patience, but they make me wanna melt their face away. Like I once made them spray, now I can make them put the case away. Been thugging all my life, they say I don't deserve to take a break. You'd rather see me catch a case and watch my future fade away. Peace.
Hello, everybody. All right, whoops. Okay, let's get started here today. My name is Carly Moore, and I'm the owner of Your Beauty Business Academy. Thank you so much for taking the time to hop on this workshop today. The purpose of this next 45 minutes, hour, is to learn how to master the skills to build a loyal client base. And when you have these skills mastered and you can build a loyal client base, you have that client retention, you have people pre-booking, you have your clients referring their friends and their families. Like you are building a business of raving fans. This creates that sustainability in your business and that consistency in your paycheck. This also leads to less stress, less worries, and just a more harmonious business and more freedom and choice and abundance in your life. So we're going to touch base firstly on energy, because everything is energy. And then we're going to, and I know this is what everybody's looking for, we're going to touch base on like those little daily, like physical things you can do to get those customers to become raving fans. So let's start on energy. Everything is energy, right? You can feel other people's energy. So for instance, say you walk into a hair show or a concert or like a dinner with a friend who is just always so upbeat and happy, and you instantly feel lighter and you feel that high vibe and that really awesome energy. And that energy stays with you, right? Like you remember that feeling more so than anything that anyone said or anything that you heard in that moment, in that situation. So that is like a nice high vibe energy, and that is where we want to be. And that is what's going to attract your clients back into your chair. We also can feel those really low vibes. So things like fear and sadness and worry, like we feel those vibrations and we remember those. We all know that person. We all may have a person in our life who feels like that, right? Like you can walk into a room that they're in and they don't even have to say anything. You just know that something is wrong or something's up, something is not good. And you walk away from that situation feeling drained, like that energy, it sticks with you. This is so important to know when you are in a customer base, a client base, like a relationship building, a service business, because your clients will remember how you make them feel more so than anything that you're going to say to them. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the last few years, I think a lot of people are feeling pretty crappy. And how super cool is it that we're in the industry where we get to make those people feel amazing when they're in our chair? And a lot of people don't feel amazing a whole lot of times in their days or their weeks or their months. And you get to do that. So, like, cheers to you for being on this call. And I really hope that you put some of this stuff into your interactions with your clients. You get to be the person that makes them feel good, and they're going to remember that. And that will be the reason why they come back to you or why they don't, or why they refer their friends to you or why they don't. So just remember, energy is everything, and your clients will remember how you make them feel. Now, if we're speaking about energy, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but like attracts like. So if you are looking to build a business, if you're looking to grow your client base, there is no reason why you can't have clients in your chair that make you feel awesome, like your dream client. And we're going to get into in a little bit who that dream client, who your perfect client really, really is. Okay, 3 tips on raising your energy, because as we said, people remember how you make them feel more so than what you say to them. So 3 tips to raise your energy before you stand behind your client, before they sit in your chair, before you have that interaction. I've done 2 of these already before I hopped on this workshop. So the first one, my favorite one, and this is like such a high energy vibration, gratitude. I think so many people start their day in that mindset of lack and looking for the negative, and nothing ever works out for me, and I don't have enough time, and I didn't get enough sleep, and all of the things, right? I don't have that client base that I want. I don't have that business that I want. Life is hard. Things are a struggle. Your brain searches out the things that you tell it are true. So if you're going through your day with that negative attitude, your brain's going to find all the things to prove that right. So if you can just make those little daily mindset shifts, it's not only going to change the interactions you have with your clients, it's not only going to change the people you attract into your business and your business, it's going to change your whole life. So gratitude. Before a client sits in your chair, take a second to think about or write down a few reasons why you're really grateful for them. So for instance, I am so grateful, and I realize this sounds cheesy, guys, but I do this every day and it's changed my life. I am so grateful that Susan is coming in for her hair appointment today, because when she comes in and pays for my services, I get to buy groceries, or I get to take my kids out for dinner, or I get to buy that new shirt that I want because I've ruined all my other shirts with lightener at the salon. Right. Who else here only wears black now? And who else here has a permanent black marker constantly in their back pocket to just go over the bleach spots? Anyhow, gratitude. If you can really feel into those things that you're thankful for, your energy will raise. And when you go see your client, you're going to make them feel great. Tip number 2, get your body moving. So if you have a day where you're just not feeling it, maybe you're kind of cranky, you're kind of down, but you don't want to put that on your clients, because their time in your chair is their time. And I feel like it is our job to make them feel important and make them feel special and make them feel good and have them leaving the salon in a high vibe, just like feeling amazing. Because again, this is about building a loyal client base. There are so many hairstylists who do really, really great hair. And there's probably a ton of those hairstylists a few blocks from you. Why would somebody choose to see you? Because you make them feel good. And that's what they remember. Okay, back to movement. So crank your favorite song, dance around, sing along, act like a fool. It's going to feel ridiculous, but it will make you feel good. I actually do this with my kids. So if one of them's super grumpy or if they're fighting or if it's just like a crappy day, we like time out, we crank some tunes, we have a little dance part in the kitchen, and it works every single time. And then we go about our day feeling great. If that's not your thing, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, get out for a walk in nature, like whatever it may be to get your body moving around and get that energy flowing before you have that connection with your client. Now, number 3, if you are already somebody who maybe has kind of like a frenzied nervous energy and you need to just calm down, do some breathing exercises. Do a quick little meditation, like maybe do sit and just quiet and do a little bit of journaling. It's funny, as I say this stuff now, as I've been doing it for years and I know that it works. I remember when I first kind of heard about breathing exercises and meditation and all of the things. And I was like, that is like so woo-hoo. Just give me some physical thing that I can do. But I'm telling you, our minds are so much more powerful than this like physical reality that we live in. And to create a business of harmony and sustainability and like with awesome income that brings you freedom and choice and abundance, you don't have to fall into that hustle culture. You don't have to work more hours and work harder and all of the things. You can attract your dream client. You can attract those people that pay you what you're worth. You can build a beautiful, successful business that has that balance between life and work and all of it. And I know this is possible because I've done it. And there's so many other people that have done it. And there's no reason why you can't do it as well. You just have to believe that you can, right? Okay. I've got some notes here because I have so many things I want to share, yet I also know that time is precious. So I don't want to blab away. Okay, so if we are talking about, we talked about how we make our clients feel and how that's going to have them come back to us. They're going to refer their friends to us. If you go somewhere and you get great hair and you feel awesome when you leave, you're telling other people. And when you have your clients referring their friends and family to you, you're going to open your books and you're going to be booked, right? People are going to be pre-booking. You're going to have referrals coming in, and that takes so much stress out of your business. But who is your ideal client? Who do you want to attract to your chair? I truly believe that you can have a business full of your ideal client, because that's where my business is now. It wasn't here when I started. I really thought that I just had to take everybody in. I had to discount my services. I had to promote myself and all of the things. And it wasn't fun. And it felt really hard. And there was people sitting in my chair who I didn't vibe with and I didn't like, and I didn't enjoy spending my time with them. And then I incorporated these things, just those teeny mindset shifts, that building belief and actually sitting down and figuring out, who is my ideal client? If we're talking energy still, like attracts like. I'm sure you've heard that before. The things you think about expand. What you think about, you bring about. So you need to figure out who you want in your chair. I'm going to share my screen here. And if you have a pen and paper, that would be absolutely amazing. We're going to do a little exercise of figuring out who your ideal client is. And if you don't, no worries. I can get you the recording of this and you can just, you guys can go back and do it. But let me figure this out here. Okay. We'll move as present. Okay. So, who is your dream client? And I want you to get very detailed with this. And this is something that if you can think about this a billion times a day, even write it down in the morning, right? Grab your journal, write out some things that you're grateful for every morning, write out who your dream client is. And then we're going to get into self-image and you're going to write that out too. It's taking that little bit of time and that little bit of energy and that little bit of effort consistently every day that will change your life. So many of us, the majority of us, I'm going to say 98% of us, are stuck in the same thinking patterns, the same habits. We make the same decisions based on the same belief, based on this self-image that we have of ourselves that I don't even know if we've created it, right? It's all these things that we've been told as a child from our parents, from our teachers, from our friends, from our community, from all of the things. And that has crafted who we think we are and what we think we're worthy of. And unless you're aware of those beliefs and those thoughts and those habits and those decisions, you can never change them. So you create the same day over and over and over again. So even just taking half an hour a day in the morning to write out some gratitude, write this out, write out who you want to be, it will change your life. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We're getting into that later, but it's so important. Okay, your dream client. Who do you want in your chair? There's billions of people out there in the world, and there's no reason why you can't have your dream client in your chair every single time. And if that sounds crazy to you, I'm going back to awareness and beliefs. And like, why don't you think that's true? It's a reality for many, many people. Every client I have in here, I love. They're amazing. Okay. Is your dream client super negative? Do they come in? Do they play the victim? Do they put their crap on you all the time? Or are they positive? You have great conversations. Maybe they're dreamers. Maybe they stimulate your mind and make you feel really good. Does your dream client want a discount every time? Or do they pay you full price? No question. If we're talking about discounts, I need to side note this here. I do not believe that you should discount your services. So like things like Groupon or like this 50% off or refer a friend and get a discount, all of those things, you're attracting people who want discounts. And once they're done with your service or when you're not willing to give them another discount, they're going to go find somebody else who is. So it's not helping your business. It's not helping you create that loyal client base of raving fans. You do you. It is your business. But today we're talking about attraction and who you want to attract. And I'm assuming because you're on here, you want to build a beautiful, sustainable business. And I don't think that that's the way to do it. You want your perfect client in your chair who's willing to pay you full price because you've been to school for months, you apprentice, you're learning, you're growing, you deserve to be paid your worth. Is your dream client somebody who is on time for their appointments or somebody who walks in late? Or walks in late holding Starbucks, but only for them. Those are my favorite. Does your dream client respect you, respect what you do, respect your time, respect your business? Are they grateful for you? You can even go as far as, where does this person hang out? What kind of things do they talk about? How do they make you feel? Get as detailed as possible. Where did they vacation? What kind of car do they drive? What kind of clothes do they wear? Do they come in? Is their hair in a disgusting, dirty bun just from the gym? Or are they like fairly clean because they know you have to touch them? All of those things, get as detailed as you can. Now, in writing all those things out and in figuring out who your ideal client is, I wanted you to do that so that you can flip that mirror around and look at yourself. Because like attracts like. Are you that person? You can only change the things that you're aware of. And sometimes it's not easy to take a look in the mirror and take a look at ourselves, but it is so worth it. Do you respect yourself? Do you show up as a professional? Are you on time? Do you have positive, uplifting conversation with your clients? Do you ask them questions and actually care about their answers? Or are you just figuring out how you would answer it? So much of our life is based on our self-image. So how you see yourself. If you think you're worthy of having a successful business, if you think you're worthy of happiness, if you think you're worthy of a big income and choice and freedom and just like a harmonious, peaceful, successful, abundant life. One of the things that changed my life was really digging into that. It changed my business immensely, but it changed every single aspect of my life. When I really stopped, and don't get me wrong, I still do this. I actually journaled about it last night. When you want something more in your life and something bigger, take a look at your self-image. And if you actually believe you're worthy of this bigger life and you're deserving of it, and if you can handle it, and then change that self-image and grow it and build it bigger. So when you're writing down all your dream client stuff, flip the page and write down like, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? As that successful business owner with a massive client base of people who want to come in to see you and want all of their friends and family to know who you are, how does that person show up? What does that person wear? What does that person read? What does that person speak about? What are their habits? What kind of car do they drive? All of the things. You can create for yourself a new self-image. And that is what you need to do in order to get to that next level. I sit here and say this like it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. I know I needed a lot of help with this. I couldn't create a new self-image for myself. So I work with a coach. Any times I've had huge shifts in my business, and it always trickles into all of my life, it's been working with a coach, because so much of the things that we believe are just pushed so far down in our subconscious, we're not even aware of them. And sometimes you need somebody else to help you become aware and make those little changes and hold you accountable. And if you're looking for someone like this, look for somebody who is where you want to be and who's done the things that you want to do. Anyone on this call, if you would like to book a 30-minute call with me, no strings attached, we can help you figure out a new self-image, kind of see where your energy's at and those little switches or daily habits, how to incorporate that into your life, anything at all. I love those conversations, and I would love to meet with you and see if there's any way I can help you, because it's possible for all of us to have the businesses that we dream of. It really, really is. Okay, I got to stop talking about that because I'll go on forever. Okay, now let's get into, and this is the stuff that everybody wants to know. Let's get into, we'll get away from some mindset and we'll get into like those physical things that you can do every day to keep your clients wanting to come back to you and to get them referring their friends and even to coming in more often to see you. Jeff Henderson. So one of my favorite books for business, it's a super easy read, and it's very different than kind of any other businessy book I've ever read. It's called Know What You're For, and the author is Jeff Henderson. And I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I learned from his book. So he says, the greatest sound of your credibility is not you. It is your customers. Word of mouth advertising can create for you a sales force for free. So all this means that your clients leave the salon, they leave your chair, and the things that they say about you to their friends, to their family, that stuff all gets passed along. Whether it's good or bad will make or break your business. When you have your clients referring other people to you and wanting to come back more often, you no longer have to discount, which please don't do it anyways. You no longer have to be out there marketing yourself. You could actually use Instagram for fun again, not just to build business. You create consistency in your income because you have that sustainability in your business. Like imagine opening your appointment book. I'm old school. I still have like a written out appointment book, but grabbing your phone, okay, going to your calendar and looking ahead weeks and looking ahead months, and you are booked out solid. The stress and the worry that takes off of you is massive. Like I take the entire summer off with my kids from the middle of June to the middle of September. I do not work and my clients wait for me. They pre-book the whole entire year. And that creates so much freedom and choice and less stress. It is brilliant. I haven't marketed or taken a new client other than a referral in like the last 10 years. And the people who are referring their friends to me are like beautiful, ideal dream clients of mine, and their friends are very similar. So it just, you can have that harmonious, beautiful business. So what is a raving fan? Because you want to build a business of raving fans. A raving fan is someone who visits more often. There's somebody who pays you full price, no questions asked. Every time, full price. You up your prices, yes, here. They want to come and see you and they pay you your worth. And there's somebody who tells other people about you. And again, when you create these raving fans, you don't have to market, you don't have to discount, it's less stress. You can work whatever hours you want because your clients will rearrange their schedules. I haven't worked an evening or a weekend. I work in the mornings. That's it. When my kids are at school, it's crazy town. But in saying this, please know that you need to first become a raving fan. So you need to treat your clients and your customers the way that you want to be treated first. Do you do this? So we're flipping that mirror around again because it's all about awareness. You cannot change anything you're not aware of. How do other people speak of you? And if you don't know, ask them. You may hear some questions, there's some answers you don't want to hear, but it's all about awareness. Ask them. Do your clients know, like, do they truly know that you care about them and that you're grateful for them? Do you use their name? Like it's those teeny little things. Do you call them by name when they're in your chair? Do you ask them questions and then actually stop and listen to their answer? And if they don't ask you what your answer would be, don't give it. Their time in your chair is their time. It's not about you. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you get to the point where you build up those relationships with your clients and you feel like friends, and it's so easy to dump things on them and to make it about us, right? And we're hairstylists and we love shock, but try to be aware of when you're doing this and then ask people questions. I truly believe that there are so many people out there who nobody asks them questions. Nobody actually cares how they feel. Nobody cares what they think. They're just going about their day on this hamster wheel, trying to survive, right? Just trying to get through. And if you can be that person that makes them feel important and that makes them feel liked and that makes them feel worthy, they will remember that. People want to be liked and they want to know that they matter, period. We get to be that person for them. And that's so super cool. Okay, I'm going to share my screen one more time. Here we are. Okay. How to be a fan. So number one, this is my favorite one. Build trust. You want your clients to trust you. That's why they'll come back. That's why they'll send their friends. So building trust, there's a few ways to do it. Education. So when they're in their chair, talk to them about the services that you're providing and why you're providing them. You can educate people over your social media accounts, even just like teeny little clips or little reels or stories on why you can't go from a 1A box color to a platinum blonde, right? Like things like that. Or how to use your curling wand in a really quick way. Talk to them about the differences between, oh man, I don't like why you would shampoo your scalp but condition the ends, like things like that. Heat protector, like anything, even throw out a poll out there to your clients. What do you guys want to know about? And then do a bit of education on your social media. When you educate people, you become an authority figure and you become like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the master of hair, you know what I mean? And people will want to be in your chair because they know that you know what you're talking about and they trust you. Another way to build trust is to set some boundaries and to say no. Your client's hair is your business card. And I know that at first it's not easy to say no to somebody who wants a certain service, but I would much rather have that conversation of like, no, I will not do that for you, than say yes and sizzle someone's hair off. And if you're in a salon or a space right now where you don't feel like you can say no, like maybe you'll get in trouble or maybe your boss just tells you to do what the clients want, you need to look at going somewhere else because this is your business. And those are your clients are your business cards. They can make or break you. Set boundaries around things that are discussed in the salon, right? Set boundaries around when your clients can, if you work for yourself, when your clients can contact you to make appointments, like whatever feels good to you, that good feeling and that high energy and that vibe is going to be passed on to them. And if somebody doesn't like it, they're not your ideal client. Okay, how to be a fan. Listen, we've touched base on this one. Ask questions, listen. You don't need to respond. Love on them. So when they're in your chair, love on them, like authentically compliment them, comment on things, tell them if you have a client that makes you laugh all the time, tell them that. If you have somebody whose hair you just adore, tell them that. Like people love to be complimented. Don't do it in a fake way. Be authentic about it. Be you, but try to be conscious of loving on your people. We live in a day of an age where, and it's so sad, but it's very true, people really, how do I word this? Their self-worth is based a lot on how many likes they have on social media, which is wild to me, but it is what it is. So after your client leaves your chair, maybe at the end of the day, look at all the clients you had, add them as friends on social, comment on their stuff, throw a few hearts in there, a few likes. Like it takes 10 minutes at the end of your shift, but that could mean the world to somebody. And people know who likes their stuff, who comments, who's following them. People love that. Things like if you're posting a picture of a client's hair, tag them in it and write something really nice about them. Like my client Laura was in the other day, we took her from a blonde to this like beautiful chocolate brunette. She posted a picture of her new hair, and I shared it, tagged her, and wrote like, my cheeks still hurt from laughing. She's the funniest woman in the whole world. And then she shot me a text and was like, thank you for sharing that. That was so kind. I thought nothing of it, but to her that meant a lot. And it took me 2 seconds. One thing that I've done in a couple of my businesses, and it has made a huge difference in client retention, was handwritten notes, which sounds so old school, but like, when's the last time you got a handwritten note for somebody? So at the end of a week, take half an hour and write out a few handwritten notes to all the clients that were in that week. You could do like Google like a cheesy little poem, like roses are red, violets are blue, the world's a better place because of you, or like, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. Put a little joke in there. I have clients and I write them notes and I like throw jokes in there. Some of them are dirty jokes depending on the client, like just feel them out, or even just simply write, thank you. I appreciate your business. I love seeing you. You make me smile, whatever it is. And then just mail those off. That could be like your Sunday morning thing to do. And it sounds so ridiculous, but again, people want to know they're liked and that they matter. Period. All right, how do I unshare the screen? Okay, so to recap, we spoke about energy, about how important it is to keep your vibe really high when your clients come in to see you. There are some tips on how to raise your vibration before a client, because people remember how you make them feel more so than anything that you say to them. We talked about figuring out in detail who your dream client is, and then flipping that mirror around and looking at yourself. We talked about creating a new self-image for this person who owns the business that you want. We talked about how to create a client base of raving fans and how first you need to be one. We talked about how to love on your clients. How somebody feels, and don't get me wrong, you have to do great hair. There's so much technical education on hair online. So if you're not getting it from in a salon, if you work on your own, hop online, do classes at like a local Cosmo store. There's so much education online, and there's so much free education online. You have to do good hair. But 90% of your business is in your head. And it's whether you believe that you can have the business you want. So it's super easy to sit in this workshop and go, yeah. Okay, yeah. And then go back tomorrow into the salon, to the same people, to the same conversations, go home to the same family, to the same conversations, to the same habits, to the same routine, to all the same shit that creates for you the exact same thing in the exact same day over and 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 over. This is why coaching, this is why having a mentor, this is why having a community of people who want to grow and want more is so important. Our subconscious controls everything, and most of it we don't even know is happening. It is not easy to switch that. It's not easy to change your beliefs. It's not easy to change your self-image. But you can do all of it just in your head. This hustle culture crap doesn't have to be the way that it is. If what you're doing right now isn't creating you the life that you want, you need to do something different. And a lot of times you need help to just get unstuck and get over that hump and figure out what it is that is keeping you in the same place. So again, I would absolutely love to have a quick chit chat with anybody on this call. There's no strings attached. Yes, I own a coaching business. I have online courses. I do this kind of stuff in so much more depth all the time. But I love even just that first connection and seeing if I can help in any way. Please reach out for a call. It is free for anybody who is on this workshop today. And I'm gonna let you all go. I would absolutely love to know if you incorporate anything from this workshop and how it worked for you. So reach out. I'm on social, would love to be friends, would love to follow along in your journey. Seeing other hairstylists succeed in this beautiful industry fills my soul, and I wanna be along for the ride. All right. Okay, bye everybody. I'll give it a couple minutes. If anybody has a question, you are welcome to ask. And if not, I hope you all have a wonderful day and have beautiful clients in your chair.